Robb Flynn, Machinehead, vocalist and guitar player.
And sick of hanging out with Slayer?
And sick of hanging out with Slayer? Nah. And they're the guys with all the alcohol. I'm not sick of them.
Sick of the alcohol?
Actually, I haven't really been drinking too much on this tour. I just like basically on the days off, every night after the show, I drink a beer or two, just whatever, chill. But like the other night with Slayer, we all got hell of hammered and shit, fucking, because they get like 3 bottles of Stoli a night, Stolichnia vodka. So we helped them drink it. It was fun.
Jesus. You stayed in Amsterdam yesterday?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's killer. It's a beautiful city, man. It's laid out really cool because like all the waterways going through the city and stuff. The red light district is a fine thing, and I don't smoke hash or weed, but the rest of those guys smoke hell of it, and so they were quite happy to be in there and find weed and shit. It was cool.
You didn't spend any money in the horse?
No.
Why is that?
I don't pay to come. Just like the Bad Brains song, I won't pay to come.
You're into that, Bad Brains?
Mm-hmm. Hella.
What are your influences anyway? Just Bad Brains? Can't imagine that.
Lots of stuff. I mean, tons of music. As far as like my personal influences or like musical influence. Bad Brains, Cro-Mags. I like Old Discharge. I like All Merciful Fate, Old Exodus, like the first album, Exodus. Let's get that straight and clear. Shit like that. You know, I like new shit too. Fear Factory, fucking Meshuggah. You know, like a lot of bands. I listen to a lot of hip hop and have listened to a lot of hip hop since I was very young. And so I listen to like right now I listen to like the Wu-Tang Clan and Method Man and shit like that.
Cool. The music of Machinehead, it would be like, I would listen to this like 8 years ago. It would be like New York hardcore style music. Not the same though, but inspired by it. By now, this metal touch to it is so popular. You can see it. Biohazard is so big. Sick of It All is bigger than ever. Mm-hmm. Did you expect that a couple of years ago?
Did I expect what?
To be so big, that sound of music. Especially amongst metal people.
Yeah, I mean, well, hardcore has always been popular, at least with the people that I hung out with. You know, I mean, all my friends, we all went to the hardcore shows when they came around, like the Bay Area and stuff. You know, we all, even though we went to all the metal shows too, and we didn't like dress hardcore or look, you know, like have the mohawk and everything, but we all still loved the music. You know, I saw GBH and the Cro-Mags, Discharge, Attitude Adjustment, you know, tons of hardcore bands, old DRI, when DRI was like really hardcore, shit like that. I mean, we were all totally into that. So, I mean, there was never like a separation. There was like, you know, it was just kind of like an accepted thing.
So that's your roots.
Mm.
Cool. And now you're playing in this large stadium. I guess your band took off playing garages as well.
Yeah, played plenty of Oakland fucking punk rock parties previous to us playing these large stadiums. So it's cool. I mean, I remember the first show that we did was our roadie Scum. He had a house, and basically what he did was pirate all the electricity in there. He wasn't even supposed to be living there. He wasn't paying rent or anything, so he just pirated. He was basically squatting in it. And we just had a party there, and it was, you know, we crammed like about 150 people into this house. And I mean, this house was falling apart. I mean, like, there was all the stairs had rotten away, so we had like these milk crates that like led up to his house because all the stairs had completely rotted out. And just like, we had like people jumping and shit in the whole floor. I mean, you could literally feel the floor going like this. I mean, it was ready to collapse. We destroyed the house. It was great.
And now you're playing Ahoy for like 10,000 people or something.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good feeling, you know. It makes us feel really good.
You are accustomed to playing large venues now?
I wouldn't say I'm accustomed to it. We've played some pretty big shows on this tour. This is definitely by far the biggest tour we've ever been on. We just got off tour with Napalm Death and Obituary in the States, and that had us going through, you know, really big clubs to very small clubs, you know, like 2,000 capacity clubs to whatever, 400 capacity. But this is definitely by far, I mean, we're playing like 10,000, 8,000 seat arenas and shit, and they're packed. So it's cool. I mean, the best way I can describe it is just when you look out there, you just can't even see the back of the room because it goes back so far. I mean, and then just to have all the people going off, it feels good.
Yeah, well, it should be amazing.
Quite a rush.
Yeah, it should be amazing. This is quite a start you guys made. What do you expect to come?
Well, I don't know. What do I expect to come? Hopefully money at some point. That'd be great, just because we don't have any money.
Not ready? Not ready?
Not yet. Not yet. We're still waiting for that money to come so we can pay our rent and whatever. That'd be a fine thing.
That's a strange thing. I mean, it's like most of the time when I speak to bands, they're like, which are like in the most creative period of their existence, they're like so fucking poor, and the money comes in just 2 years later or something.
Yeah.
How's that?
I don't know. I'm amazed to it myself. I'm not really complaining though because I'm out on tour with Slayer and it's helping us sell a lot of records and it's actually helping us become friends with a band that for a long time was basically our idols. I learned how to play guitar to Slayer, those fucking early riffs. So it's cool to finally be out and be touring with a band that you really respect. I mean, like I can go through all the songs. I mean, I still go out there and watch them on stage every fucking night, listen to some song and still get like chills down my spine. So it feels good, man.
Yeah, that's something. Your drummer used to play Attitude Adjustment.
Yes, he did.
So he decided to quit.
Well, actually, Attitude Adjustment had folded at that point. They weren't a very stable band by any stretch of the word. They got together and broke up like every
Week.
year. We'll give it a year at least. So I guess he was just looking for, at the time when we had wanted him to be in the band, he was in a band called Grinch, and which was like more like a Jane's Addiction type thing. They were actually really cool. I really liked the band, but and that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get him in Machinehead was just because like I had seen him in Attitude and I knew he could do all the hardcore shit. But then if you saw him in Grinch, he got to play all this other like really open type shit and like kind of like not really funky because it wasn't really like a funk type thing. It was more just like really heavy groove, just like fucking. They had like elements of hardcore, but they also like were more kind of like in a Jane's Addiction kind of like weird area. So to see him like be able to do all that stuff too, like it was cool. I think with Machinehead he kind of gets to combine like both of the areas, like the hardcore shit from AA and then the more fucking weird shit from Grinch, and kind of like combine it all together.
Wow. You mentioned Body Count. You play with Body Count?
No, we haven't played with Body Count. I don't know where you heard that from.
That's a rumor. I heard this played. They played Utrecht in a small club, and a friend of mine said, "Well, I saw Machinehead there." I was like, "Whoa, no way, no possible."
We might have been in the audience or something, but we haven't played with them. We haven't played with Body Count ever.
In the States right now.
Chris knows Ice-T fairly well.
He knows him personally.
Yeah, but Ice-T actually checked us out at the Foundations thing. But other than that,
maybe I mixed it up or something. I don't suppose so,
someone's lying to you.
I know. I'll find this bastard.
The hell out of him.
Anyway, right now in the States, Green Day is so massive. I heard that they sold out the club where Kiss played in Detroit, 20,000 people in two hours.
Damn, that's fat.
Underground music is so fucking big now. Doesn't surprise you that?
Green Day, I wouldn't consider Green Day underground music by any stretch of the word.
They used to play like even smaller clubs like this room we're in now.
Oh, yeah, totally. But that doesn't mean that they were an underground band. I mean, they were a pop band, a pop punk band. From day one, they were a pop punk band. And pop music is what's at the top. Pop music is always what's at the top. So I never considered what they were doing underground music. I mean, just because they were smaller at one point doesn't mean they were underground. And, they signed to Warner Brothers, so you can't really be too underground when you sign into the biggest label in the entire world. I think Green Day's a good band, and I respect them for what they do, but, they're not my particular style of music. I think they're all right.
Okay, but then even Offspring is getting big, and they're independent, and Bad Religion is doing great, and you got a lot of metal bands getting huge, and Helmet is big. Yeah. I don't know if that's metal, but it's crossover, though. I mean, that's not what I expected to be like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I guess it's
neglected all the way or something by the media.
Well, music's always a reflection of the times, and maybe times are a little bit harsher, a little more crazier. 1994, it's going to be 1995 in less than a month, 5 years away from the year 2000. Who knows what the fuck's going to be happening. So I think that kind of urgency is starting to come out in the music. I think that's why such heavy music is starting to be accepted now. You know, people can understand it and relate to it. That frantic pace, that, you know, kind of confused, frustrated sound that's coming out.
Yeah, because it's like you got, you know, the Dynamo Festival over here. Were you guys gonna play it?
We hope so. I think so. It's like in August or something, right?
Last year, 120,000 people showed up there.
It's fat, man.
It's so big.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking people. There's a lot of good bands too. Prong and Danzig and Life of Agony played, and fucking can't even remember all the bands. I remember reading a review of it though. I'd love to play. Sick of It All played too. That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine thing.
Well, isn't it scary playing that large amount of people?
Fuck no, that's gonna be killer. Seeing crowd as far as the eye can see, that's gonna be amazing, man. I'm gonna get those kids to go fucking crazy.
Over here now, this Machinehead album is getting off now. You guys have been in rumor, like, check out Machinehead. They're getting big. Their album is great, but of course to you, this album is already old stuff because you recorded a long time ago.
Yeah, not really old stuff. I mean, it's kind of weird because like, the thing that's going to be weird is like, we're going to go back to the States now and we're going to be touring with Slayer, and we're going to have the same set that we had when we did the Napalm Death Obituary tour, because we were not allowed, like here we got a 45-minute set, but back in the States we're going to be opening because it's going to be Machinehead, Biohazard, and Slayer. So we're going to get like a half an hour set. So we're going to play the same set that we were playing on the Obituary Napalm tour, but to like hell of more people that didn't even know that we existed, you know. So that's going to be kind of weird.
There's still a lot of people who are into Biohazard and Slayer who don't know what Machinehead is about.
Yeah, well, the one thing that has, you know, maybe like not heard it or whatever, it's like MTV refuses to play our video because, at least MTV America refuses to play the video because of the line, "Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast." So for whatever reason, there's kids that like, you know, base a lot of like what they see on, you know, MTV. Like if they don't hear it off MTV, then it's like, oh, well, then it must not be cool or whatever. I mean, we have sold a lot of records in the States, but it's been cool because we've done it with no MTV airplay or, you know, only underground video airplay, which is killer, you know. So this tour will definitely help it. And they don't play it, you know, we didn't really care. We're like, you're not gonna play it? Oh well. They just said the line was sending the wrong message. Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast.
I mean, in my opinion, you're even cooler when MTV refuses to play you. So
yeah, that's what we said. We were like, oh yeah, too heavy for MTV. Fine, you know. The thing that pisses me off is just like the way they try and broke it down was like, your line sends the wrong message, but then they'll play the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody every hour, which has the line, "Mother just killed a man, put a gun to his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead." You know, and you're telling me that sends the right message?
They even play Ghetto Boys videos.
Because what? Because I'm screaming it in an angry voice and he's singing it in a nice voice. That makes the difference. I mean, if you take the two lines, "Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast," and "Mother just killed a man, put a gun to his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead." The Queen song is obviously the harsher lyric, but whatever. I mean, that's just like what got to me the most, like their reasoning behind it. It's like, whatever, you don't like the song, hey, fine, whatever. It's too heavy, whatever. It's too fucking harsh for you, whatever. But don't sit there and try and judge my lyrics, try and judge the line when you're playing something that's far worse, in my opinion.